Is this sweet? Is that a beautiful flower? Is there more?
I think the flavor's like nutrients.
Hi, today we're in Bolinas with John Glavis at Biodiversity.
Yeah, Botierra Biodiversity
Biodiversity.
Research Gardens.
Right, and what a facility here. It's absolutely amazing. We're here in the greenhouse and we've got these fruit here, these tree tomatoes. You've got several varieties of these here, John?
Yeah, actually, what we're doing is we're trialing all these different indigenous food plants from all over the world, and this tree tomato is from the Peruvian Andes, and it's one of the many fruits that we're trialing for this part of Northern California because we're very excited about the underutilized crops and plants that have been used in different places by different people for so long.
So also in the greenhouse here we have pepino melons and ground cherries. And now coming back to this tree tomato, can you grow this outdoors here?
Yeah, we're experimenting with that right now. Last year we grew a couple trees outside. They didn't grow quite as big, but they're just as delicious. And so what we're trying to find is, what are the limits of these plants and environments, and also knowing that global warming is going on right now too. We're trialing plants that have a wide range of variety of climates, so that we're hopeful that as we discover more and more food crops that are not so specific in terms of the temperature and the water and the use, that way maybe if the climates start really changing a lot, we might have a series of plants that would work in that kind of changing environment also. And so what's great about the tree tomato and other members of that same family is that these are really delicious fruits that people can grow that are often not seen in the United States. The nice thing also about these plants is they produce their fruit in December, January, February when you don't have anything else. And it's high vitamin C, and so it comes at a really good time. And mashua is one of it's a tuber that comes from the Andes, one of the many different tubers that nobody ever hears about. And we grow these, oca, yacon. There's several more of the kind of lost crops of the Inca. And I would suggest to anybody who's interested, that book, Lost Crops of the Inca, has all of these in it. These are two kinds of Mancilla. This is a plant that's found in usually the upper areas, a higher altitude of the Andes, sometimes towards the jungle in Peru and Bolivia. But it's also a very, very beautiful flower. There are many species, some of them very pendular and large. Here's the two that we have here that you can see. Cut this leaf. You might watch this leaf. And all this yellow that's coming at it right now, this is called chalcone. It is an antioxidant that is being studied now by Tufts University. It seems to really knock out liver cancer. They're very excited about it, and I've been in touch with several of these researchers, and they said, "You're growing ashitaba." This is the Styrian pumpkins, and these are the pumpkin that's grown in the province of Styria, Austria. And there is a very specific industry on pressing the seeds for oil. So there's a pumpkin seed oil that you see in like Whole Foods and things that's very expensive. That's where this comes from originally. And these are the seeds. They're a hull-less seed. There's no hull on them, so they're also really delicious and high protein. And it's nice having a seed that doesn't have a seed coat on it. This is it's called tarwi, which is the Andean lupin. And it comes from, again, highland, Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia. And everything about this plant is wonderful. It smells absolutely honey-like. It's a delicious smell. It's a nitrogen fixer. It produces these pods, as you can see, with very large seeds in them. And I wanted to give you some of these. This is the seed they produce. And you can see they look a lot like soybeans, and they're 40% protein. And so when you have to soak them and cook them a special way, but they're feeding the children in the Andean schools with lupin seeds now, which I think is really great. I mean, to be able to grow flowers to feed children to me is about as good as it gets.
So John, we really appreciate you facilitating us here and inviting us to your garden, so thanks a million, and we look forward to seeing you again in the not too distant future, and also at the National Heirloom Exposition.
Well, we're really looking forward to that also, and it's been such a great pleasure. Baker Seed to me is a forerunner in the field of these heirloom seeds, and I congratulate you on the incredible work that you did to bring the first National Heirloom Festival to the United States.
That was teamwork.